Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a quick one if you can hear me all right. I'll bring the mic a little bit closer. And a two if you can see the screen as well. So the screen should say, watch how you can securely sell your courses, engage your students, and keep 100% of all the money you make, tapping into the $165 billion market. So again, one and two to know that I'm coming through fine and you can hear me okay as well would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to make sure everyone is here. Let me see, who do we have? Okay, I do see most of your names, so that's good. Some of the names I don't see. I apologize if that's happening. Robert, Meg, let's see, Karen, Roberto, Vidar, Philip, Lewis as well. Chris, Rafiq, good to see you. Rafiq coming in from New York. All is all right, says Roberto. Oh, you haven't started yet? Yeah, we just did. We just did. So we are good to go. You're just in time. Chris says loud and clear as well. Excellent, excellent. So look, the session that I have planned for you today is something very close to my heart because we've done exceptionally well in creating and selling courses over the last 8 years or so. In fact, the very first product that I created was a course along with some added assets, and that made me a pretty decent $8,000 in net profit, which I was quite happy about considering it was my first ever product that I created. So I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about a lot of things with you. But more importantly, I want to showcase also how our customers have actually generated over $8.3 million with the same setup that we use. And I'm talking about the platform setup. So I'll be giving you insights on that as well. Our customers have over the last, I think it was 4 years, have used the same setup to generate over $8.3 million. And with the new enhancements that we have now made, I'm hoping that we can literally double that number in the next 12 months for our customers. And anyone who's come even close to using what I'll be sharing with you today has done exceptionally well. So for some reason, I didn't put the names over here, but the first one's Peter, second's Veronica. Well, actually, names are there, so that's fine. And Victor, they have all built a decent size business by selling access to membership sites. So that's something I'll be sharing with you today. But look, before we really get into all the happy things, all the good results that people are getting, there's a problem that we want to address on this session. That's kind of why we're doing this session today, because there is a big problem with how membership sites are managed and run, and I want to address that. See, the problem is that most people that I talk to fail to sell courses that they have built or collected and maybe even purchased. There are people I know who have purchased access to white label courses, but they're not selling it because they don't know how best to showcase it to their audience. There are people that I know that have bought PLR products, but they haven't done anything with it. And I'll tell you this as well, the very first coaching student that I had, I can't tell you his name because of NDA, when he started working with me, I wanted him to put him on a different path to what he came to me with. He said, Neil, I've got this course. I spent about $5,000 creating this course. This was 7 years ago. So he had spent $5,000 creating that course and another $3,000 creating VSLs for that course. He hired a copywriter, he hired a team to do explainer videos, and he was already down $8,000. And he said to me, Neil, I need your help to make that money back, otherwise my wife would leave me. That was hand to heart his dilemma, that if he didn't turn that around, if he didn't create money out of that course, his relationship would fall apart. So then 7 years ago, I decided, okay, I have to solve this problem for him. I have to solve this problem for anyone who's put everything on the line and who isn't fully exploiting the power of membership sites, of courses and whatnot. So why are we solving this problem? Because I genuinely believe that people should be able to monetize their knowledge. They should be able to make money in this economy. I won't talk about the economy that we're in. You already know most of it. I will say this though. I think it was the same in US a few months ago, and now in Europe as well, the petrol prices are going up. It's a little bit crazy right now, right? But a lot of people are staying at home and they are trying to learn things digitally. There's more and more emphasis now to just consume courses at home. So the whole digital e-learning market has moved forward by 5 years, so much so that it's expected that from 101 billion market in 2019, in 2026, the market's going to be worth 370 billion. That's 3x increase in 7 years. That's really big. Since 2000, 900% growth rate in online learning market. So the way I look at it, for me, courses are by far the most passive form of money machine. From the vendor side, from the consumer side, they can consume it whenever they want. They can consume it from their phones, they can consume it from their computers, iPads, tablets, whatever. But when it comes to the vendor side of things, it is by far the highest margin and most passive forms of money making machine. Let me compare that for you. If you think about e-commerce, you have physical product costs, you have advertising costs. At the end of the day, your margin, and then you have staff costs as well, by the way. At the end of the day, your margin on a decent e-commerce store is about 20% of every product that you sell. If you're doing it right, that is, once you perfect it. So really, if you're selling a product for, say, $100, you're keeping $20 out of that. Now, that's not bad if you're scaling to a really big level, but if you're just starting out, it's not really going to pay your rent, right? Then let's talk about software for a second. And I know I sell software, and I do quite well with it, but we have developers on call. We're paying them full time, even more so, when things go wrong. Like, we have to pay for all the mistakes they make. When they have a bug in the platform, we have to basically solve it for them, right? So that's an issue as well. Let me just bump up Constantine. Give me 1 second. Okay, you should be here as well. Okay, so when people mess up, we have to fix their problems. That's a really, really big issue, right? So we have to pay them for it. But when I think about courses, when I think about, for example, membership site software, that's far better, because once people use that, if they spend $100, we get all the money, of course, minus the payment piece and payment processes and whatnot. Then sure, some money might be given to ads, but there's no fulfillment cost. There's zero cost of fulfillment, because once you set it up, people can just come in, buy the course, consume at their own convenience, and there's no hosting cost for you. There's no storage cost for you, especially if you do everything I'll be telling you today. And after that, it's just pure profit. So even if you're making one sale a day for $100, most of that money, 80% of the money, is going in your pocket. So by far, that's the most passive form of money machine. And the best part is that you can sell anything practically to anyone. You can sell, you could be living in the US, sell to people in, say, Australia. You could be living in India, create courses, sell to people in, let's say, Canada. It just, goes anywhere. Right? Now, I've got a question for you at this point. Have you ever created a course to sell, or want to create one and make 5-figure passive months? Simple question. Have you ever created a course to sell, or do you want to create one and make 5-figure passive months? Yes or no? And by the way, if it's a no, that's perfectly understandable. Like, if it's a no, I don't think this session's for you. Okay? All right. Yes. I want to create one. I've created one. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're completely clued in, that you are in a place where you want to utilize this. Again, I hope that's why you're here on this session today. And again, let me just remind you, the market is really, really big. And if you can think of the strangest idea to create a course on, there are people out there to buy that. Of course, I wouldn't recommend you to create a course in basket weaving, because it's not a big market. Like, sure, there's a market on how to weave your own basket, but it's not a big market. Instead, you should be focusing on what sells. We talk about that later as well. So let me ask you this as well. A lot of you here said today that, yep, I want to create a course. I want to go out there and sell a course. But what's actually stopping you right now? Like, what's holding you back? If I was to tell you that, yeah, go ahead, create a course and sell, what would you tell me? Why are you not doing that right now? Tell me. Give me the strangest, wildest reasons. Like, Neil, I haven't created a course yet because, or Neil, I'm not selling $100 a day in courses, for example, because. Tell me. I'm not ready to sell. Why not? That's a very broad excuse. I mean, it is an excuse, right? Sorry, I'm just giving you a bit of tough love, but I want to know that. COVID stopped me. Why? How did COVID stop you? Time restrictions. I was severely ill. Completely understandable. It's not completed yet. Okay, fair enough. That's a valid thing as well. But hopefully, as we go through the process today, you'll see that you could actually still sell an incomplete course and get paid for it. Don't know how to do it? Fair enough. Time to set up. I haven't started because I have not set up a payment system yet. Fair enough. I mean, quite easy to do, as I'll show you in a demo today. I'm not selling lots as I've not marketed it yet and don't have a list. Completely understandable. That's something you can build over time, but that perfectly, that makes perfect sense. Joe, completely understandable, mate. I think COVID knocked the lights out of a lot of people. So yeah, too many moving parts. I get that too. I really get that too. Look, all the problems that you are addressing to me today are problems that I have heard before. It's not the first time that I've been teaching this kind of session. And we have categorized into 3 core problems that tend to come up again and again. And a lot of you actually, as I read that out, have said the same things. So creating content from scratch takes too long, plus I'm not an expert. A lot of people have this idea that they're not an expert at something, so they should not be teaching. I can tell you this, I'm not as good as let's say, Tony Robbins at motivation. I'm just not. I'm no Tony Robbins, that's a fact. But I don't need to be Tony Robbins to be able to motivate you. I just need to be in a place where he is not talking to you, right? It's like that story with 2 bears, 2 friends who are in a forest, and they spot a bear, and one of the friends like, oh crap, and he starts running, and the other one starts running it as well. So the second friend goes to the first one, hey, why are you running? Like, we can't outrun the bear. And the first friend goes, no, but I can outrun you. So when it comes to sharing your knowledge with the world, it's the same idea. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be the fastest at everything. You just need to be faster than the people that you're teaching to. My cousin, I mean, he is exceptionally good at learning and teaching languages. You know what he does? He speaks 12 languages conversationally. So a student came to him and said, I want to learn Mandarin, Chinese. And he said, come back to me after 2 weeks. I can teach you Mandarin. And he didn't speak a lick of Mandarin, not a single word. What he did was he went up and signed up for a Mandarin course. And basically, he stayed just a week ahead of the student. Every week he would learn some things and he would turn around and teach that to the student the next week. Now, of course, he would spend some time at home learning the course, learning more things as well, but that's all he did. So again, you don't need to be fluent in Mandarin to teach Mandarin. You just need to know enough so you can teach it. Okay, problem number 1, hopefully solved for you. Problem number 2, hosting my courses is expensive and complicated. Someone actually said that there's a lot of moving parts, right? When we did this survey sort of internally before, people said, oh, I want to create a course, but my knowledge is really, it's highly sensitive and I don't want people to have it for free. Look, I get that. I get that. If you have spent weeks, months, years into becoming an expert in something, you don't really want people to have that for free, right? It's perfectly understandable. So in that particular case, you want your membership site to be as secure as possible. We'll show you how we take care of that today. Now, nothing is 100% ever secure. I mean, I'm doing the session right now, right? One of you could literally be screen recording this with Camtasia with my audio, and you could release it to the world after, even though I'm telling you not to share with people. So that could happen, right? So nothing is ever 100% secure, but we want to make it as secure as possible. Problem number 3, again, this is what some of you said. I haven't integrated my payment platforms yet. So I don't know what payment platforms to use, plus I want to remain independent. This is really, really important as well, especially in these times. You don't want to be reliant on, say, one particular payment platform. You don't want to be reliant on one particular email service. I completely get that. And again, hopefully with what we showcased to you today, you'll see why it is truly important for you to build your own setup as best as you can, but still rely on what others have created for you to make your life easier. So here's what you're going to see today. Number 1, how to publish and sell courses without actually creating them. Now, if you're a knowledge expert yourself and you want to create your own courses, fantastic. I welcome that. I appreciate that. But if you, for some reason, don't feel like it yet or don't have the expertise in a market that you want to go to, I will still talk about how you can sell courses without actually creating them. Then I'll talk about how you can increase engagement and completion rate on your courses. And I can promise you, if you do that, if you are able to increase engagement and completion rate on your courses, that's going to positively impact on your returning customers. They're going to come back and keep buying from you over and over again. In fact, we have a little trick in our system that we use to cross-sell all of our courses. So people buy one, they come in, they see like, hey, 20 other courses that I don't have, they just go ahead and buy that themselves. That's pretty good. Then we'll talk about how to protect your courses from black hat downloaders. That's important as well. One of the PDFs I created a long time ago that got leaked online, and there were more downloads of that from black hat sites than I had actual customers, and that hurt me a little bit. It happens. Then number 4, I'll talk about how to collect payments and deliver access to your courses automatically. So again, lots of moving parts, I know, but we want to make it as automated and systematic as possible. We'll talk about that. And finally, how to do all of this from the comfort of your home. That's really, really important. And finally, for the 20 people on this call, and again, I'll let you decide if that's you. For 20 people on this call, I'm going to give you an incredible package deal where we give you full access to our proven membership and video hosting platform. So I think you've seen the emails, you've seen the pages and whatnot, so you understand what this is about. And if you like what I show you, if you like what I demo for you, then I'll give you an opportunity to come and get the entire package at a ridiculously good price. And you know this, these days we do these package deal on these webinars and they get taken up really quickly because, you know, beside the value that you get from those deals, that the price is ridiculously low. So you're going to see that today as well. Now, a quick disclaimer. I will walk you through a very specific system that I'm now using myself and is bringing me consistently great results at the time of this webinar. My results are certainly not typical, and there's a good chance that you will not get the same results. However, I am happy to show you exactly what is working for me right now for free. But again, I appreciate the fact that it's not for everyone. So if you don't know me, if it's the first time that you've been on one of my sessions, my name is Neil Napier, and I've been an online marketer since 2012. I'll keep this short, by the way, don't worry. I've been an online marketer since 2012. That's my son. He's now 3. I should probably update that picture. I pretty much look the same, but now I have a daughter as well. She's 2.5 months. So I'm quite busy, quite active on family front as well. But I can tell you that I started my journey online back in 2012 to actually replace my job. So I was working for a bank in England in 2012, and I was doing software development for them. And they fired me partly because of, in 2010, sorry, they fired me partly because of recession and partly because I was a little bit lazy. So I was using the work from home to just literally stay at home and not do much. You know, my bad at that time. But I got fired because of that. I didn't have a job. I got deported out of England, moved to Finland, and this is where I created a new life for myself. And it's been a good life. I do everything that I do for my family. To me, that is by far the most important thing. I literally spend as much time as I can in my day so that the next day I have to spend as little time working as possible. That's literally my goal every day that I come in, is what can I do today so tomorrow I don't have to work as hard as I'm doing today. That's it. You know, it's funny, entrepreneurs say that people say that entrepreneurs are the people who work 80 hours a week, so one day they can work 4 hours a week. I'm kind of like that. Now I'm not down to 4 hours. I'm probably doing about 25 hours a week, but that used to be 60, 70 hours when I didn't have kids. So I'm really happy that, you know, now I'm able to just step back and let my team handle most of the things. And my team does really well. So, you know, a lot of what we do is selling software, as you know, but we also sell a lot of courses, a lot of education, and that adds value to everyone's life and to our own as well. Like just in the first 6 months of this year alone, we have done over $1 million in sales of our products. And that's really good. I mean, this is much better than the number was back in 2020. And 2020 was a really good year for us. So we do quite well with selling our own products, both software and info products. And again, I hope that after doing this session today, I'm able to impart some knowledge to you so that you're able to do that for yourself as well. Now, I want to go back and look at the problems one more time, but again, we'll kind of rush through it now because you know what the problems are. Creating content from scratch takes too long, plus I'm not an expert, completely understandable. Hosting my course is expensive and complicated, and is the course even secure? Understandable. And I don't know what payment platforms to use, plus I want to remain independent. You know, I don't want to depend on just PayPal or just Stripe. I want there to be multiple options. So the problems that I'm addressing to you today are, again, problems that all of my past customers and students have brought to us, and they said, okay, if you were to create a category, these are it. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to solve those problems for you today in 3 simple steps. Because in 3 steps, I'm going to show you how you can upload, secure, and sell your courses just like we do. Now, before I get into that, I want to make sure that you're still with me. I want to make sure that in this long monologue, I haven't put you to sleep. So give me a quick 7 so I know you're still active, you're still there, and I'll continue going through the 3 steps. I know 7 and 3 doesn't quite add up, but again, I like the number 7. So type a 7 for me if you're still with me, and we'll keep crushing forward. Okay, excellent. Excellent, good. I'm here, says Rafiq as well. So lots of people, actually, a lot more than originally came in. So that's good. If you're joining a little bit early, I hope you didn't miss anything. Next time, be on time. But let's go through the 3 steps. Step number 1, I want you to upload your course, right? And again, you're probably thinking, Neil, you're jumping a few steps ahead. How do I actually create a course? How do I, create an outline, all those things? Don't worry. Just don't think about it as of yet. Just assume that you have a course ready. If you don't, we can talk about that too. But there are a few different ways in which you upload your content. You can upload your videos on YouTube, Amazon S3, Vimeo, Vistia, or some people, in the past, like I used to do that too. I used to just give people links to download the videos, like download and just keep it with you. Don't do that. Absolutely do not give people your videos to download, because again, that opens it up to black hatters, to illegal sharing, which means you lose money. Now, you're not the music industry, right? You're not some big hip hop artist who's going to, even if people were to download your music illegally, you would still make like hundreds of millions or whatever. You're not that person. You are relying on people to pay to be able to access your course. So you want to be able to keep that course as secure as possible, right? Now, look, there are many different options for you out there. I completely get it, but not all are suitable. If you were to go for, let's say, Amazon S3, it can cost quite a bit. To have, for example, let's say 10 courses, you could pay as much as $448 a month, depending on the consumption. And you may think, well, that's okay, I can just make that money back easily, but you don't have to pay that much. And I can tell you the cost of some of the platforms are really high, because if you think about hosting a platform, for example, Vistia, I mean, you could be paying as much as $1,188 per year. If you go for Vidyard, you'd pay $15,000 a year. If you go for Vimeo, like luckily in our case, we've got a decent price level because we're grandfathered in, so we pay about $299 a month for a year for one of our accounts. But you could be paying $1,000 a year if your consumption's high, if your storage is high. And this is all exceptionally expensive. So look, we have a solution which you may or may not have seen before. It's called Vidl, but basically that allows you to create or upload any kind of video. I can demo that for you at the end. I kind of forgot to include that in the demo, but you can create and upload any kind of video. You can publish it. You can also use the platform that we have to actually screen record your videos. You can do webcam recording with that as well. It's kind of like Loom, for lack of better explanation, the recording part. But then we've got the storage part, which is like Vimeo is, where you can upload your videos and you have full control over it. And, we basically take care of all the processing and rendering of the video and showing the video as well. Okay, so look, this is just the video hosting part. Now let's quickly touch upon the recording content part as well. I just showed you that with Vidl, for example, you can do this, right? You can do screencast recordings, you can do webcam recordings, or picture-in-picture recording. That's one of the simplest ways in which we create our courses. Like I literally use the extension that we have that comes with Vidl to record my screen, to share my screen, to put myself on camera, and I record video after video after video, and it's done. That's how I create the courses. Now, if you didn't want to be on camera, if you didn't want to do screen share recordings of your own courses as well, we've actually got pretty cool systems where you can either use PLR courses or you could also curate courses from other places. Curation is a pretty cool thing. It's where you can find commercially usable content and you can bring it together. So let's say you wanted to teach people about email marketing. You don't have to be an email marketing expert, but what you can do is you can find, let's say, 20 of the best videos out there about email marketing. You can put them together, and then you can offer that as a course, as a membership site that people can go through, and they will pay for it. Because what you're doing is you're giving them the convenience, you're giving them the ease of accessing all the content in one place. That's the key thing. Right? It's the same as the fact that you could basically every day you could cook at home. Every day you could eat home cooked meals, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you order in. Why do you do that? Because of the convenience. Because it's just ready to go. Same thing. So again, step number one, upload your courses. It's quite simple. There are many solutions. YouTube, don't use that because they show ads on your content. Vimeo, Vistia, expensive. S3, really expensive. Don't give people downloadable files. Use instead Vidl. It's basically, I think it includes like 300 to 500 gigs of storage for you, which is enough. I mean, that's more than enough for like 25 courses. Okay, so there's that step number one. Step number two, I want you to publish and secure your courses, and both are equally important. To me, until now, no membership site platform out there has focused on content security, but we do. I will explain you how. So as I mentioned, you can give people downloadable files. I would advise you not to. You can even just create a thank you page. So let's say if someone buys your course, you've got an open thank you page where they can just go and you can just give people links to watch all the videos. You can also just give them password protected page. So they go to that page, they have to put in a password, and then they can basically just go ahead and watch your videos. But neither of those two are good options, because if you were to give people a page where they could watch your videos, even if it was password protected, they could share that with someone else. So again, your site goes on to, your page goes on to Black Hat sites. And let me also tell you this, to the people that I've spoken to before, and actually it happened to someone that was on ClickFunnels podcast, when, let's say you host your content on Amazon S3 or Vistia, and Black Hatters get access to it, goes viral, basically, they love it. It's so good that they just keep watching it. You're gonna be stuck with a really huge bill to pay. So another reason why you don't want, your content to be shared illegally. But look, the other option is you can rely on expensive monthly platforms. So for example, Kajabi, Teachable, good membership site platforms, but they are expensive. There is a better way though. So it's the same way that our customers have used to generate, as I mentioned before, over $8.3 million over the last 4 years. And again, I will admit this is not like a massive, massive sum. We're not talking about billions here, but this is still real money for people that have used this money to open up new offices, or use that money to pay rent, or use that money to be able to afford holidays, pre-COVID era, that is. Now, the platform that we have, and I will give you a full demo in just a few minutes, comes with full automation. To me, that's one of the key aspects of any membership site. So when someone, for example, pays, they should be able to get a purchase receipt along with username and password. They should be able to get a URL where they can log in. They should be able to get invoices if they want. If they forget their password, they should be able to generate it without bothering you in support. So MemberVio, as I'll show you in a little bit, has that full automation built in. And all the themes, so it comes with a preset theme, right? So we have 6 preset themes available for all, more for if you were to get the offer that's on the session today. You can customize that as much as you want. You can change the colors, you can change the icons and everything that you want to change. You can change the text on them as well, right? So the sites are fully customizable. Plus, beyond that, we've got onboarding built for you. So it's very easy for a new user to come in and just access the course within MemberVio. There's built-in analysis and tracking, making sure that you get regular reports about, where your visitors are coming from, how much content they have consumed, how many worksheets and questionnaires and checklists they have answered or filled in. You get insights on all of that. If you have lessons that you have built as part of your course, again, I'll show you this, you can clone them, you can reuse them, you can repurpose them. You can block people. So if you don't want someone to ever log in or buy from you again, you can blacklist them as well. You can give people coupons, for example, if you want. And I talked about member insights as well. So you get a full idea as to, for your course, let's say how many members you have, how many lessons there are, how many have been completed, how many quizzes have been completed, all those things. So you get as much detailed insights as you can about your course consumption, so you know that people are actually spending time in your membership site, and that's a good thing, trust me, right? Member management, easy thing, domain mapping. So if you have your own domain, so if you want to keep your own branding, you can do that too. If you have your own domain, you can just map it so that when people go there, they don't see our platform, they see your membership site. If you have a list of members, you can import them and in one click create access for 1,000 members at a time. So that's a really good way for you to introduce new members into the platform as well. So if you want to migrate from, let's say, Kajabi to MemberVio, easy to do. You can create worksheets and quizzes as well for people. You can drip feed content. So you can make content available after X days or after, let's say, X weeks or months. You can do all of that. You can also expire the content. So if you wanted to do, let's say, a 10-day free thing, after 10 days, you can just kill the content. So they don't have access to it anymore, right? Lesson sequences, you can have comments as well built into your membership site. So basically, all the key things that you would expect from a membership site, we have them. But the one that I like the most is content security. Now, like I said, nothing is 100% secure. It's just not. You could be recording this entire presentation with your Camtasia or even with a camera behind you, and I couldn't do anything about it. But what we can do within MemberVio, within our platform, is to disable right mouse click. So people can't do right mouse click. they can't select or copy content, copy text. You can do that too. You can also restrict it based on IP. So for example, if a member logs in from, let's say, 2 different countries, you can block them. If a member logs, from one country from 3 different IPs, for example, you can block them. So that way you know that your content isn't being shared to black hatters. And that to me, it's a very, very important thing. And again, I want to repeat this. I talked about this in the beginning when we were discussing the features. All of this is set and forget. All of this is automated. So once you set it up, you don't have to touch anything. All you have to do is keep bringing the leads in, keep bringing the sales in, and the platform does the rest. So is it okay if I show you this entire platform? If I give you a quick walkthrough of it, I've actually previously recorded it. It's about, I think, 8 minutes long or so. So if it's okay, I'm going to play that recording for you so you can see how this works. If you have any questions while I'm doing that, please ask. I'll be happy to answer that. I know Constantine's here as well, so we'd be happy to answer those for you. Okay, so just give me a 1 and I'll play that for you. Just give me a quick 1 and I'll load that up and you'll be able to see that. Okay, give me 1 second and I'll just plug this in and I'll play this for you. Here we go. In this demo, I want to give you an overview of how MemberVio works. You can see here we have a whole bunch of products in our membership site. I'm going to show you one of them right here. Let us look at our Smart Academy product. And here are the modules that we have in our Smart Academy. Here's the introduction, the various modules, including some worksheets and checklists. We'll get to that a little bit later. I just want to give you an overview of what it looks like now. So as you come in, you will see the lessons right over here. So it starts with this section called Social Community Secrets, then an introduction about what the lesson is. You can see down on the left side, you have the ability to move from one section to the other just by clicking. Now we are in section 2 here. You can have many lessons under one section to make sure to cover your content exactly how you want it. As you can see in this module, there are lots of sections and lessons. And then we get to the end of the module. Here is a place for some feedback and then some tracking where our students can mark that they have finished the lesson. You can navigate with the menu on the left side. That is the basic interface of a finished product, a finished course. So this is the basic layout of what it will look like to your customers and your students. Now let us take a look at how we can actually create a course inside of MemberVio from scratch. Let us hop onto Smart Product sections here. Let's click on a new product and we're going to create a membership product. Click on the next step. We are going to call our product Influencer Marketing. Then a brief description. We will add here, this is a training on being an influencer in marketing. Then we add our course image right here. Find our image and select it to add. So we're going to click here and navigate to our images, select it and upload. Now we can do some simple editing right over here. We can crop it or rotate it, get it looking the way we want it to, and just confirm our changes. And then our product support link, we can add the cancellation and refund policy as well. All the pieces that complete your sales process. You can also choose to be notified when your product is sold. We're going to go to our next step here. In this step, we're going to add pricing. What do we want to set our pricing for this product? You see, we have a variety of payment platform integrations. On this account, we have a bunch of them set up, and you can have all of them set up if you would like. Right here, we've got PayPal, Paddle, Stripe, and JVZoo, and you can have a few others as well. I'm going to make this particular course for free right now. Then after selecting the price of free, we're going to add the price variant by clicking over here. Your price variants will be listed here. You can also have a variety of different pricing models. We then set the name of our price, maybe let's say November sale, regular price. Ours is just free in this case. We'll add a description if needed, no charge. Then the thank you page that you want people to go to. We're going to send them to the default thank you page. Then we can limit who can actually purchase it or if anyone can. And then we're going to go to the next step. We can add actions here. More on that in just a little bit. We're going to go to the next step and now we can set up how we deliver this course. We want to send a welcome email and we can personalize it too. It includes by default their login information and a link to their course login page. All that is automated and ready for you. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Create Product. The product has been successfully created. Now we've got the framework to put our product in, that is, upload our course into. And here it is, influencer marketing. Let's go ahead and edit that. So we're going to click over here. Of course, we do not have any modules just as yet because we just created the skeleton of this course. Click on create a new module. Here's the image we uploaded earlier. We're going to call our new module introduction because it is the first lesson, first module, and a new description as well, introducing influencer marketing. So let's go ahead and create a new module. Now our module has been created. We can go ahead and add a new lesson. What's the lesson name? Let's call it intro video. Click on create lesson. Now you can see the lesson we just created, and we're going to edit that as well. And this is where we add our content. Just click on video. I've got my YouTube embed code. I'm just going to go ahead and paste that into the embed section right over here. Hit save, and now it's been embedded. There is my introduction. I'm going to save my content. It has been successfully created. So here I can preview my content as well. I can then go back and edit that or delete that if I changed my mind. From here, I can hop back to my product overview and I can see my product right here. Right now, it's in draft mode, so I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And I'm also going to publish my lesson. You see below, the lesson has been successfully updated. At this point, I can click to preview the product that I have just created. And you can see here's my product. I can start the lesson, of course, but there's only one lesson in here right now. Here's the intro video that I have created. It is that simple to add a course to MemberVio. Now let me show you some of the advanced features that I touched upon earlier. First thing we're going to do is to add a worksheet. So we're going to go into our influencer marketing course. We already have our content in here, and now we're going to go up here to add a worksheet. Just click on add a worksheet, then enter the worksheet name and what kind of questions you want. We can choose from 3 different types: an open question, multiple choice, and fill in the blank. Here we're going to go with multiple choice and it's added to the worksheet. Then we add our question, then each of the 3 options that we're going to pick in this case. Publish it by turning off the draft mode, save it, and just have a look at it. When we preview our product, we just start the lesson, and right there is our quick checkup worksheet. That's how you create a worksheet in MemberVio. You can add files here as well. Just click on add files, then you can drag and drop or browse to upload a file. You can put images, zip files, PDFs, even PowerPoint presentations, and make them easily available to your students inside your course. If you go into settings, you will see that you have a few options. Now we skipped over actions earlier. So actions bring the power of automation to your membership site, making it much easier to grow your business. For example, you can say if the customer purchases this course, then you do this. For example, you can say if the customer purchases this course, and you can select which price variant you want. You can select the people who purchase the free version, the full version, the basic version, whatever you want to do. We only have a free one for now, so we're going to pick that. Then you can tell MemberVio to do something with the automation. So we can add them to an autoresponder, we can add them to a webinar event, we can even give them access to other products, add or remove tags. All these automations that you set up right here in MemberVio will make your site run much smoother. Here's how we can manage the orders for various products that we own. You can do that from this page. We can also create coupons. Here's a quick overview of that process. Just click add new coupon, enter the coupon code, and we're going to call this one demo. We decide, do we want to set it to a percentage or a fixed price? I'm going to set it to say 10% off. Then we select which products it will work on. And there's some other options here too. We can set when it starts, when it ends, and how many times it can be used. So the coupons give you a lot of flexibility with your pricing. Say if you want to run a special promotion for a week or just to certain customers, you can create a wide variety of coupons. Now back in our complete membership site, Smart Academy Training, you can see how all the modules and all other content have been added. You just click to access. Now I want to show you how we protect your content as well. Say someone wants to grab the text right over here. Maybe you've got a whole lot of text of your personal content. If someone wanted to grab it and claim it as their own, they would just have to highlight it, right click, and then select copy. But you can't right click on this page. I'm right clicking on it right now, nothing. Now I'm pressing Ctrl C, nothing, and it will not let me. You can see that we protect your information. It is one of our security features that gives you total and final control over your content. This also works on images. If you try and right click, nothing happens. This is one of the many ways in which you protect your data. So that is an overview of how MemberVio works and some of the more advanced features that you can use for your business. There's a whole lot more inside, and of course, we will have plenty of training for you on all the features as well. Okay, so some of you said, let me share my screen with you again. So some of you said you couldn't see anything, you couldn't hear anything. If that happened to you, I apologize. I promise we'll come to a live demo a little bit later as well. And I can go a bit slower that time and show you a few of the features that I couldn't show you, okay? But I think it was working for most people. Ansel was working. Joanna, it wasn't working for you. Robert, I think it's probably okay for you. Andrea, not for you. But again, I'll have you covered later on, all right? Apologies for that. It's just, I'm not a big fan of GoToWebinar. Sometimes it tends to do that. Okay, so that being said, that was the demo of MemberVio. In effect, that's everything it does. It's a full-fledged membership management platform, because compared to, let's say, the download pages that you could create, this one also gives you ability to actually manage your members, and that's important too, because you want to know who's engaging with your content, who's not. You want to be able to organize them better. You want to be able to move them around in your autoresponder on your landing pages and whatnot. So again, that was kind of a walkthrough of MemberVio. I want to go to step 3 there, right? We talked about publishing and securing the content. I want to talk about step 3, which is selling. Now, there are many different ways to do it. And I like this part because this is where all the magic happens. Everything that you work towards, everything that you have created, you can now see results coming in from that. Look, I'll tell you this, building a course is absolutely useless if you're not selling it and keeping 100% of the sale. In fact, I'll challenge you. You might be an expert, like you might be a NASA level astronomer who's just exceptionally good at what you do. But if you can't get your course out there and tell others about it, you're going to struggle. You're not going to take off, no pun intended. So look, there are 2 ways to make money with MemberVio. You can, of course, sell your own courses, right? So we integrate with PayPal, Stripe, Paddle, Digistore24, ClickBank, JVZoo, Thrivecart, Saxa, Warrior Plus, PayKickstart. So we integrate with all of these platforms. Some of them have a monthly fee, some of them are free to use, some of them have their own payment processing fee, right? So for example, PayPal or Stripe have their own payment processing fee, so does Paddle. Zaxa is monthly platform. JVZoo takes 5% commissions, that sort of thing. I would advise you, if you want to save money, to just use PayPal and Stripe. So you could do that. That's the first way of making money with your courses. The second way is to actually help other people sell their courses as well, right? One of the person who I told you about, Victoria, early on, she was building a membership site which would have multiple presenters, which would have multiple creators. And she was going to sell their courses in her membership site and just take a little bit of fee from that. And there are people out there on Upwork, on Fiverr, and all these places that are making pretty good money by just creating courses for other people. So Rohit, for example, charges $100 an hour. Barbara charges $125 an hour, and all she does is she helps create course design and basically, host people's courses. Baiduria charges $300 an hour, which I think is quite a lot, by the way. And the people out there teaching you how to launch your course the right way. So it's a pretty active market if all you want to do is just get people to create and sell courses, let's say even from your platform. You don't even have to create the courses, you could just take a fee. I'll tell you one of the cool models that we have done in past as well, and Mindvalley does that really well, is that they go out to experts and they say, hey, you record your course, and we're going to do all the emails, we're going to do all the landing pages, we're going to host a course for you and everything, and you send it to your audience, but we'll take 50% for all the work that we do. So your course, your audience, will do all the infrastructure setup, including hosting your course, and we go 50-50. So that's partnership, and a lot of people are willing to pay that because a lot of people are authors, they're not technical people. A lot of people are creative, they're artists, they do healing, they teach yoga, but they don't know how to set up a membership site, so you could just do it for them. What about funnels, right? We've been talking about membership sites, but of course they go hand in hand with funnels. Now, some of you may already know this, we have an app called FunnelVio, which, if you haven't quite picked up, by the way, we're in love with the Vio name, and MemberVio, FunnelVio are both part of KaiVio, so some of you may also know about or have KaiVio from before, right? If you want to build funnels in under 10 minutes without any coding, I would strongly advise you to use FunnelVio, because it is a fast and easy platform. And again, I'll come back and give you a demo of that a little bit later as well. It's easy to use. And the most important thing for me is that it creates for you fast loading funnel pages. It is said that for every second longer that your page takes to load, you lose 10% in conversions, or you lose 10% of your conversion. So let's say if you're converting at 10%, if your page loads 1 second longer, you lose 10% of that. So you lose essentially from 10%, you go to 9%. So your profitability decreases as well if your pages take too long to load. That was the key reason we created FunnelVio, so that your pages could load really fast as well. And again, I'm in love with the software because it works really, really well. And when you combine MemberVio and FunnelVio, and as I showed you right in the beginning, Viddle together, you've got a video hosting platform, you've got a funnel building platform, and you've got a membership site platform as well. Okay, that's pretty good. That's really, really good. Now, I want to ask you, what do you think about everything I've shown you so far? I've shown you MemberVio in pretty much detail. I know some of you couldn't see it, but we'll come back to that. But what do you think about everything I've shown you today? Do you feel confident that after today, you can go out there and you can create and sell courses, if not for yourself, but for your clients? Do you feel you can do that? And I can tell you, I have looked at a lot of membership site platforms out there. This by far is the most feature rich, took us about 15 months to create. And in terms of automation, it does a whole lot more. Actually, one feature I didn't show you before, I will come to that a little bit later. You have the ability to literally export out the entire membership site to someone else. Okay, or even just a course. Let's say you create a course and you want to, you create a course and you charge $50 for every buyer. That's great. But let's say you want to create a franchise. There's someone else who wants to sell your course. You can say, okay, for $5,000, you can sell unlimited copies of my course. So they pay you $5,000, and with a single click, with your permission, of course, with your blessing, they're able to import the entire course in the members area securely. Only they get access to it. I'll show you that a little bit later. So that if you're in the business of doing PLR, for example, it gives you another advantage, right? So as I mentioned, for 20 people on this call, I wanted to give you an incredible package deal where we give you full access to our proven membership and video hosting platform, and even the funnel builder if you were to get this today. Who here wants everything we have shared with you today at an incredibly low price? That includes the video hosting, funnel builder, membership builder, and a secret bonus as well. Type in bundle for me, and I'll give you details of this entire bundle. Just let me know, type in bundle, and I'll give you all the details. Okay? Okay, cool. Bundle. Good. I'll show you previous page of the features. Yeah, I'll walk you through all of that again in a little bit. Don't worry about it. I'll walk you through all of that in just a little bit. Now, what we have today for you, as we do on these sessions, is the entire deal for you. The entire MemberVio bundle deal. That includes the MemberVio commercial license, unlimited insiders club, FunnelVio, and Viddle. And I want to explain to you what each of these includes for you today. So in the beginning, when people would go to regular funnel, they would see MemberVio commercial. That comes with the ability to upload up to 25 products. We give you 5 done for you courses as well. So just to speed you up, just to get you there faster, we give you 5 done for you courses. So as I explained, with a single click, you can import the entire course in your members area. You get all the integrations. You can have up to 5,000 customers. You get, I think it says 10 themes, but I think it includes 6 themes, or maybe it's 10 themes. I have 6 in the membership right now. Then you get built-in SMTP for transactional email, so you don't have to worry about email sending when someone buys. It's taken care of. You get coupons, quizzes, worksheets that you can create, lesson management, all the features basically that I showed you. And the most important thing, we don't take any transaction fees. Of course, PayPal and Stripe might still do, but we don't take any transaction fees from you. And again, compared to a lot of other platforms, I'd say we're quite affordable, as you will soon see. And we're quite feature rich as well. Plus, we got bonuses. So we are doing a series of training with MemberVio customers. And if you were to get this deal today, I apologize, you'd be getting access to that training as well. Then number 2, we give you Social Sauce, which is a software that we have in-house that helps you create social images. So, cover a story or post, you can create those kind of images. You also get access to Logo Sauce. So you can create your own logos with this platform as well. Now that's 77, that's just a commercial license. But like I said, I want to give you a bundle deal which includes everything. So next thing that you will see is MemberVio Unlimited. This gives you the ability to have unlimited products that you can add, 4 additional membership sites. So you get 1 with the main app and now you get 4 more. So that's basically 5 businesses. You can now have unlimited customers. There's 0 restriction as to how many customers you can have. And for the first time, as I mentioned earlier, this is a secret feature. You're going to get the ability to share your entire membership site, if you so choose, with someone else who also has MemberVio. So that way, if you wanted to sell, basically create a site with 10 courses, if you wanted to go out there and sell the entire thing on Flipper, for example, you could do that as well. For whatever price point you want, we don't restrict you on that. Now that's going to be $197 for people who would be getting in, through the funnel. And I can show you that on live page as well in just a little bit. It's going to be $197 for people to get in. So again, just remember those numbers, 77, 197. Okay, that's already like 274, right? Now, there's more. We also have MemberVio Insiders Club. Now, with this Insiders Club, what we're doing is we're giving you 50 done-for-you courses more. So we had 5 with the main offer, you get 50 more. And we're going to give you 2 new courses every month. Some of those courses would be mine. So you could literally take my courses and sell them as your own. Of course, it's going to have my audio, my face maybe, but you get to keep 100%. You can say, hey, look, I have permission from Neil to sell this course to you for $1. You can do that and you get to keep all the money. So we give you 50 done for you courses. We also give you 2 done for you new courses every month. And here's the best part. Actually, I think I forgot to include that. Here's the best part. We are building a marketplace. Let me show you that right now. Okay, we are building this marketplace where we're going to be actively selling courses, like Udemy-like thing, right? And people who want to list a course here to sell, we will take 70%, they will get 30%. Because of course, we are doing all the effort in terms of marketing, so they get 30%, we get 70%. But if you were to become part of the Insiders Club as well, we basically don't take anything from you. So you get to keep 100% of whatever you're going to basically make selling those courses. And again, we do the marketing for you. Okay, that's for a very limited time period for people who were to get the Insiders Club as well. Now, there's still more. We talked about FunnelVio earlier, and I'll demo that for you a little bit later as well. It's a really, really fast funnel-based system that loads your pages quickly. And because it does that, it's going to get you sales even faster, right? We've been offering it, selling it for the last 2 years. And I can't even remember, like we have had over 10 million people visiting those pages already. So you get access to that as well. Now that particular software, I want to see if there's a full list of the features. It's very, very feature rich. So I'm not going to walk you through each and everything now. I can come back to a little bit later, but you get access to all the features that we have offered in past, like everything that you see here, including the bonuses. So you get 5 additional sites with this. You get up to 100,000 visitors per month, unlimited funnels, unlimited pages. You get free page imported forever. So with FunnelVio, we have this feature where you can put in a URL of a page you like, and that's going to automatically recreate for you to edit, to use inside your FunnelVio account. So if you saw a page that you were like, hey, this looks really good, you can quickly import it into your account and you can build on top of it. Some of you may have that already, some of you may not, but you get access to that as well. We do have one final thing. I talked about Viddle earlier, which again, we sold a few months ago, and it's a video hosting platform. It works exceptionally well. It gives you the ability to record videos, to also host the videos, and also, protect the content, as we've discussed before, that's important, and embed the videos wherever you want, and it works with any major platform. So Kyvio, MemberVio, FunnelVio, WordPress, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, it works with any platform that you can pick and choose. You can even restrict on what domains you want your videos to show, further protecting your content. Okay, so again, like I said, we're the first membership site platform that is focusing on that as well. Now, the entire deal is called a MemberVio VIP bundle. This is what it looks like. MemberVio commercial license is worth $197. Unlimited upgrade is worth $497. Insiders Club, again, worth $497, because really, if you're giving you 50 ready to go courses, and we'll give you sales pages for those in time as well. Our team's building that right now. That's pretty big. Plus 2 new ones every single month, including my own courses to go out there and sell as well. We're giving you access to MemberVio as well as Viddle. So all of this combined is easily worth $1,488, and that's everything that you get access to. Okay, then if I add all the bonuses that we have on offer as well, and really this list is not even exhaustive. This includes live training series that we have planned for you, and it's at least 4 weeks. Okay, at least 4 weeks of training, and social source, logo source, and all the future updates to MemberVio as well. You would get access to those too. And you can ask any of our past 5-year customers, all the updates that we have done, they've been getting it for the last 4+ years. Now, altogether, this deal is worth $3,376. I can tell you that if I was to do this webinar later on and package everything up at $997, and that, again, let me remind you, includes 50 done for you courses, that includes the ability to have unlimited students, unlimited products that you can upload. You get all of that. It's easily worth $997, but we're going to bring the price down and charge you only $297 for this. So again, just to repeat, this includes a MemberVio commercial license, MemberVio unlimited upgrade, Insiders Club, FunnelVio, Viddle, live training series, social source, logo source, all the future updates included for you as well.